Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce, live from London, England. Here, a gorgeous sunny day, as you can see outside. My camera is having a heck of a time with the adjustment. If I move in, you just see my face. If I move back, you can sort of see me fade away and go into the shadow, and my lamp loses its intensity. And it's one of those things. Welcome all to the show. I'd rather take a sunny day in London than not. Pretty beautiful out there today. Here in the UK, London, things are just rolling along. You talk to the cab drivers, Uber drivers, busy. They're busy. There are families all over the place here, mums and dads and children. The holiday season is winding up here in late August, and it's all good. Today, Jennifer and I went and saw this. We went here. We went to the Churchill War Rooms. We got ourselves a guidebook, and we checked this out. This is pretty cool. To be able to see the actual war rooms that you've seen in the movies and on some TV shows. You're actually in the real room itself, and it is. I gotta tell you, the rooms are pretty well exactly the way they were left at the end of the war. Furniture is identical. The actual furniture, the maps in the map room, Churchill's own his own bedroom, and it really is something. If you ever get the chance to come here, you want to check this out. Churchill War Rooms, and all you do is you acquire a ticket online, and you can block. You can set a time when you show up. We decided we would be here first thing in the morning. I think 9:30. We would be at the museum, and there was a lineup of maybe 20 of us, and we were all 9:30 to 10 o'clock people, and there was nobody there from 11 or 12 or 1, and there was no lineup of 300 people waiting to get in. You just kind of show up when your allotted time comes up, and then in you go, and you get one of these little miniature audio thingies, the early version of a brick cell phone. Listen to all of the talking points. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. For the markets, I would highly recommend that they go up today. That's what I'd like to recommend. We're up 143 on the Dow after taking the Dow taking a shellacking yesterday. The Dow Jones lost 373 yesterday, and right now up 144. S&P 500 is up 16 points. The Nasdaq is up 35. It's a little better in the last maybe 15, 20 minutes. Markets have improved a little bit. 0.4% for the Dow, 0.36 for S&P, and a quarter point higher for Nasdaq. Oil is up $1 a barrel right at $80.10, just hanging around $80. Yesterday, oil was 78, 79. Now it's 80. Talk. There's talk today coming from Mr. Powell in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That will be out. I'm going to guess is it noon Eastern or something like that? I'm not sure exactly that, but it's due today. The market may be rather lackluster and not all that enthusiastic until he speaks, but during his speech, do not be surprised if the markets start to gyrate quite a bit. This is, after all, Friday, August the 25th, 2023. It's Option Friday today. And so throw that in with option expiries, the Jackson Hole speech, yesterday's downturn after NVIDIA blew the doors off their numbers. We have volatility all over Wall Street. There's volatility in the bond market, the currency market, and now in stocks. And so those of you out there who are in the options business, and you are option writers as specialists now, making that, trying to make that your new income stream, this is what you want. There are days where it goes for you and days it doesn't. But all in all, you're long-term players in the option game, being writers. You're the casino. And as the casino, you will go with the flow of the gamblers and take money off them any way they want to hand it to you, whether it's on the way up or the way down or just on depreciation. For those of you into iron condor trading, It has been a volatile 2 weeks, to say the least. And if you have been building a new, building out new condors where you have a much wider spread between calls and puts, you are in a comfortable position these days, much more comfortable than if you're trying to guess precisely where a stock is going to close at and you're trying to have a range as close as possible. That game won't work for you. Your best game in town is write longer term condors with a mega wide range between calls and puts and allow shrinkage to take its natural course and hand you win after win after win. I'm getting a ton of emails from you guys, which I do appreciate, where you're letting me know how you're doing. A number of you have really figured it out. You've really understood the name of the game is shrinkage. And the way to get shrinkage is to have calls and puts way up here and calls up here and puts way down here, and let the market do what it does in the middle, and everything shrinks to zero and you score nicely. Well done, each and every one of you on that. Some of you have had some issues with calls and puts catching you flat-footed, what have you, but you send me an email. We kind of go over it a bit. You can always do one-on-ones with me, and we can review it together. We'll find a way to get you through to the other side. Time, remember, is your absolute friend and ally. Time is the weapon that you're able to use to absolutely win this game. The option game will work for you if you are looking to create condors with enough time on them and high enough premiums and credits. That's where you win in the end. So congratulations, all of you, on the Iron Condor side of things. Good morning, all. Thank you, Richard, Carlin, Lame Duck, Robert, Karen, Bama, Babe, John Anderson. Welcome, all of you guys. Deep Value is here. Dean, Lorraine, Hector is here. Thank you all for these thumbs ups for Friday's show, Friday, August 25th, 2023, as we get closer to expiry on contracts. We're waiting now for our friend Mr. Powell to speak, what he has to say, see what he has up his sleeve. Is he going to be hawkish? Is he going to be dovish? Is he going to be trying to walk the line down the middle as best he can and appease everybody, which means he'll appease no one? Perhaps that's the way it's going to go. We are noticing that here in the morning, a little uptick on most of the stocks we follow. Rocket Lab up 6 cents, SoFi is up 4, GameStop up 17, Matterport up a penny, 23andMe up about 5 cents. We've got Spire barely a quarter of a penny higher, if that. Apple is up 81 cents, but it did lose 470 yesterday. Goldman is up 204 after losing 230 yesterday. Cisco's up a nickel. It was down 74 yesterday. Tesla is down 35 cents after losing 680 yesterday. Arc Innovations is up 7, lost $1.49 yesterday. Microsoft trying to get back some lost ground, down $7 yesterday, up 169 this morning. Pfizer was down 50 yesterday. It's up 6 now. HBQ down 40. It's now up 21. Google down 279 yesterday, up only 29 cents so far. Amazon off 368 in the pre-market. We're up 90. Nvidia was only up 47 cents at the end of the entire day at 471 after hitting a high of 510 in the pre-market, 502 during the market. Closed at 471 last night. It's now 469.31, down 232. Unity down 78 cents. It's now up 18. AI was down 377. It's up 14 cents. Adobe was down 18.28. It's up $1.50. The Spiders, SPYs, they were down 6.14 yesterday. They're up $1.87. Qs were down 7.89. They're up $1.03. And Netflix yesterday lost $20.62. It's up 5.95. So you can see what we have here is a partial recovery at best, tentative. And we have to see if there's any kind of momentum to come into this market on what might be an oversold scenario, but I don't think so. I just don't think we're going to have a massive range. We may have a pop to open the market. Yeah, we might have a pop, but I have a feeling that will evaporate once Powell gets ready to speak. And then during his speech, we could be in all kinds of volatility, and then we'll play out the final hours of the day and see what gives. You guys will be watching that, I'm sure. And on your iron condors, you could well be in the sweet spot all day long here with condors expiring today, and you may find that you're right in the middle of the range and the profits will just roll into your accounts. And I say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Why not take the gains if they're going to hand them to you? On the markets themselves, in the case of oil, like I said, we're up 109 to 80.14. The Dow now up 150, S&P up 17, Nasdaq up 46. Interest rates, the U.S. 10-year is at 4.238. It was 4.3 earlier this week. It seems to be more or less unchanged today. Germany now is at 2.5%. UK at 4.4, Japan at 0.66. On currencies, the euro was 110, 112 a few weeks ago. Right now, 108. And the pound was 127, 128. It's 126.20 at the moment. This morning, it was approaching 125.9. So the pound is under pressure. The euro is under pressure. Asian markets lower today. They could not pull out a gain. The Japan market down 2%. The Hang Seng Hong Kong Index down 1.5%. Shanghai down 0.59%. Here in Europe, the markets are generally higher because of yesterday's oversell. There's some bargain hunting coming in. We're up 0.75 of a point on the FTSE here in London. Germany is up 0.68 and France up about 1% at the moment. So it's a positive indication for Europe, which gives the U.S. markets a bit of a up momentum move. 0.28% for NASDAQ, 0.37 for S&P, and 0.42 for the Dow on the upside. A couple of things going on elsewhere to keep an eye on. I noticed that there was a story yesterday in the Wall Street Journal talking about a court case that came into the favor of Wall Street firms. There was a challenge by a trustee on behalf of a bankruptcy court where they were trying to get a court to rule that loans made by Wall Street brokerage firms, investment banks, where they take a multi-billion-dollar bunch of money, and raise it for a corporation, but they issue the loan into slivers, and they might sliver it up into 400 pieces and sell each of these investment dealers will sell a piece of the loan to their favorite institutional clients around the world. You might have 400 buyers of a $2 billion or $4 billion deal. The bankruptcy trustee was trying to get a court to rule that these were securities, because it wasn't to one or two people, it was to 400 different entities. The thinking by the trustee was, this is a security. When it's more than 50 people, it should be a registered, securitized thing, which gives protection to investors, increased protection and increased disclosure requirements for issuers of these loans or of these securities, if they're considered actual securities like stocks. The court ruled against the bankruptcy trustee, and the Wall Street bankers just breathed a sigh of relief. They just went, whoa, that was close, because they do not want these loans to be mandatorily called securities. They don't want to be registered. They don't want to go through the SEC. They don't want to go through all the regulations to clear these for these investors. Their argument was, look, the buyers of these loans are not average mom and pop people. The buyers of these loans are sophisticated institutional investors. They have millions and millions and millions under management, billions in many cases, and they're more than capable of determining for themselves the validity of a loan package that we're putting together. Well, this is going right back to 2008, 2009, when we had the housing crisis and we had the big meltdown. The brokerage firms were saying we don't need to go through all kinds of securities and exchange regulations to issue these multi-billion-dollar packages. These buyers can make up their own minds whether it's fitting their pension plan or their investment plan or whatever on their own. They don't need advice or a ruling from the SEC where we have to grade this stuff. The brokers want to basically be able to be free to create a loan deal with for a corporation and see fit in their own way to issue it to their clientele. And so far, the court has agreed on this deal. Now the question is, will there be an appeal by the bankruptcy trustee? The trustee basically is acting on behalf of a group of investors that lost a bunch of dough on one of these kinds of loans that was taken out by a company that ultimately went bankrupt. And the trustee is saying the investors had no idea how bad off the company really was when they borrowed this money. This was a deception. The brokers went along with it, or they didn't disclose to investors just how risky this was. On and on it goes. Well, the court is saying this is a multi-billion-dollar fund, and it was picked up by big, sophisticated investors who have their own lawyers, their own due diligence. They had more than enough information in their possession to figure it out themselves. And the lobbyists have been busy keeping the status quo right where it is, because Wall Street does not want any more regulation on its business. As a matter of fact, they would like to be left alone and not have any oversight whatsoever, because they feel that they do things best. Unfortunately, that didn't work out in 08, 09 when the big financial meltdown took place, because it was only at that time, when the blow up happened globally, that regulators around the world began to understand just how risky these investment bankers had become and how over leveraged they had become with their clients' money. In some cases, 30 and 40 to 1, where a 3% down dip in a value of a bond multiplied by a 30-time multiple of risk equaled 100 cents on the dollar complete loss for the investment bank. And this was trillions of dollars, $5 trillion of risk that was on the books and ultimately was lost by Wall Street and its players. And a lot of the players had no idea that Wall Street, not only were they busy packaging these CDOs and selling them, these default swaps, they were also gambling against their own product with AIG and betting with insurance policies against the success of the very bonds that they were selling to their actual clients. So it's kind of like a bookie taking a bet from you, taking your money from you that you want to bet on horse number one, and your bookie in the back is betting against horse number one, using your money to do it. What's their interest? Personally, their interest is horse number one not making out too well. They get the big payoff. And that's exactly what happened with a lot of these mortgage-backed securities in 08, 09. To make it as simple as possible, it's unbelievable. You ever see the movie The Big Short? You can see for yourself, follow along on how that worked. Anyway, Wall Street does not want more regulation. They want less. They want to be able to do what they want because they feel they know better. And politicians are in the back pocket of the super PACs that fund their reelection campaigns. And these particular politicians that are on Senate banking committees and congressional committees, these folks are heavily sponsored and heavily promoted and heavily reelected by super PACs to keep everything just the way it is. The SEC was actually approached by one of the courts to render an opinion on whether these securities, these bank loans, these syndicated bank loans could be rated as securities. The SEC declined to comment because they felt that they were not qualified to comment. Now, I ask you, when the SEC charges criminally charges all kinds of dealers and people and Bernie Madoffs of the world with crimes, securities crimes, and these guys won't even comment on whether a syndication loan arrangement is a security. They say they're not qualified to do that. I don't know who is then. Well, then who is? These are the regulators that are supposed to regulate all these investments. It is laughable, actually, and pathetic to see how little oversight there really is when it comes to the multi-billion-dollar deals, as opposed to all the oversight that the SEC slammed on top of every single SPAC that came public 2 to 3 years ago. Remember, SPACs went public at $10 a share, and they would raise 40, 50, $80 million each to go public. And then they would have a secondary financing of between $100 and $300 million to help fund a company going from a SPAC to a private company to a public company. The SEC had plenty of ammo to go after every one of these guys. All the innocent investors they were protecting, they ended up screwing in the left ear. How many SPACs do you know that have gone from $10, $15, $20 a share down to $1, $2, $3, or worse? Many, many, many. All because, in large part, because of SEC oversight and over-regulation of all their affairs. It's a miracle some of them have survived, and it's a testament to SoFi how well they've done despite all the headwinds from the SEC. And yet here are multi-billion-dollar deals being done by the same investment bankers, the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgans, the Bank of Americas, the Wells Fargos, all these guys, and they won't even look at discussing the fact that when they sell a $3 billion loan deal to 400 investors, they won't even call that a security. They won't even comment whether it is or is not a security. It's a two-level playing field, and if you're a smaller investor, you're not on the preferred level that they want to deal with. You're the enemy. In reality, you're the enemy versus the ally. It's unbelievable. It just drives me nuts. Lissy Sasa, good afternoon, Uncle Bruce, from my corner of sunny South London. Hello there, Beach Boy. Good afternoon, Cheapy Investor. Good morning. Just saw your London iPhoto, Uncle Bruce. You are so tall. Noose Knuckles, welcome, sir. Hey, guys, just wondering if anyone can tell me how much they're paying in fees to trade on iron condors. I'm on TD, and I wrote 100 condors, and they charged me $240 just on options. Is this normal? Wing Commander, good day. Number 43. White Feather, Tasty Trade charges a buck a contract, so $4 a condor. Moose Knuckles, okay, thanks, White Feather. So if I write 100 of them, you're saying it would cost me $400. Amy J, 55, thumbs up, good morning. Alberto, good morning, Bagel Familia. Options expiry equals dinero. Moose Knuckles, call TD and negotiate the price. It will drop their fees once you're trading 50 or more contracts at a time. I pay 45 cents. White Feather, Moose Knuckles, yes, but no closing fees. Alberto, 45 cents per contract. White Feather, Moose Knuckles, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Tasty Trade offers discounts starting at 10 contracts at a time. It depends on your broker, I have to admit to that. Initial XE is here, number 28. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining and throwing those thumbs ups out there right now. We appreciate it. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button for us, it makes a big difference. We have 61 on the go. They're coming in one after the other. Thank you all for the thumbs ups today. I love it. All righty. It's Jackson Hole Day. This market is going to be all over the place because of it. Hard to predict exactly what's going to happen. I would not be surprised if we have a real nice rip-roaring start, and then we have a cool down when we get closer to Jackson Hole. Then we're kind of even. Then we might be higher as he speaks, lower as he speaks, come out of it with a gain or a loss, and who knows what. The volatility is going to be, I think, all over the map. That is my hunch here. The Dow at the moment is up 0.49 of a percentage point, 167 points. S&P is up 0.44, 19 points. And the NASDAQ is up 0.35 of a percentage point, 52 points. Yesterday morning at this time, the Nasdaq was up over 200 points leading into the open. It was gung ho, great. Nvidia was at $5.10 a share. AI was $34, $33. Unity was up. Apple was up dollars. Microsoft was up $3. They were all higher based on how incredibly well the Nvidia numbers came in. It was really something to see. Unfortunately, as the day wore on, the numbers got worse and worse for stock prices, and they just backed off. And at one point, Nvidia was down to 471. That's where it closed at. It was as high as 502 on the open market. Absolutely unbelievable how the momentum just got eaten alive, and it all just went away. It was just rather amazing. To give you an idea of how things worked out, the sales numbers were fantastic. Revenues for Nvidia, they really did a hell of a job with their results. A massive, huge gain was registered on quarterly income, beyond what Wall Street had expected, even higher than Nvidia had initially indicated. It was just a really great announcement, and yet the market just would not reward the stock with an additional gain to what it already had done. The record revenue of $13.5 billion in one quarter alone for the company is truly extraordinary. 100% gain from a year earlier, 88% better than the previous quarter. Their earnings per share were phenomenal, 248 on GAAP earnings, non-GAAP earnings 270 a share, up 148%. They really hit it out of the park. They also purchased $3.3 billion to shareholders in the form of a 7.5 million share repurchase. They bought back 7.5 million shares in the last quarter. Didn't help the company whatsoever. They've approved an additional $25 billion in share buyback money to buy back even more stock. So, they're stepping up to benefit shareholders ultimately with fewer shares outstanding. That's the plan. But let's be real. Nvidia, let's keep it real. There's 2.4 billion shares out there, 2.3 free floating. So if you're buying 7.5 million back, you're not buying very much of the 2.4 billion you got out there. And so, yeah, you're taking some free floating stock off the market. I agree. There's only 26 million shorted. That's 1.1% of the stock for Nvidia. There is no short position here. There's no short squeeze that can happen here. This stock, it will basically trade on a PE multiple going forward, and the question will be ultimately, is the PE multiple justified where it is? It was 113 going into the number. It might now be in the 50s. Could the PE number a year from now be in the 35s? And is that fair? Is that too high a number? Should it still stay in the 50, 60, 70 range? Should the stock go to 1,000 a share now, based on the fact that they could go from 13 billion last quarter to 15 billion next quarter, 18 billion the quarter after that, 21 billion? Is that the growth curve of this company? A lot of questions. Quite a number of upgrades were given to the stock. I'll give you that. There was a number of firms, analyst firms, that upgraded Nvidia all day yesterday. It's first thing in the morning before the opening and during the day. So we'll see what gives. All right. Sheepy investor, Uncle Bruce, I have some January, April, June 2024 covered calls on GameStop for $25. How low and close should I move them to? Well, you definitely want to buy those 25s back. I mean, you should be way up on those. The profits are you got to be at 80, 85% profits on these. You shouldn't even be holding these anymore. You could take a look at maybe January 20s, something like that. On the other hand, you could just buy out these calls now, just close them out, and sit on the sidelines and wait for the earnings to come out, because that is coming between now and September 6th. That a week Wednesday, I think it is, coming up. There's Labor Day coming up on the 4th, so that's Monday, no trading, and then Tuesday the 5th, Wednesday the 6th, if I recall anyway. And you may want to wait to see if there's any kind of an uptick going into earnings and through earnings, and see what happens. Thanks for the advice, says Moose Knuckles to Alberto. Hawkeye is number 69, thumbs up. Thank you. Moose Knuckles, White Feather. Do 100 contracts. See, only cost me 40 to do the whole Iron Condor. I'm switching my account next week, and we're not talking the world. In any event, all of you out there who are writing condors, doing trades, you have to do some shopping around with your brokerage firms. These brokers have online disclosures of their fees, and so you can shop around for it. But keep in mind, if you do enough volume trading, every time you create one condor position, you're trading 4 contracts, 2 calls, 2 puts. If you're going to do a 10 iron condor position, that is a 40 contract position. You might well qualify for discounts for that kind of volume, especially if you're going to carry 4 or 5 10 condor positions at the same time. You're talking about writing perhaps 200 to 800 contracts a month after a while. That kind of volume should give you a decent deal. If a broker doesn't offer you a better deal for that kind of volume, you have to shop around. And of course, asking the members here is one way to go. One of the benefits of being a member is talking to the other members. Also, don't forget, we have our Discord channel. If you're a member of this channel, you're automatically going to be allowed to be in there. And now you can hang out with the folks on Discord when I'm not on the air and compare notes. If you'd like to become a member of the Discord group, send me an email. Let me know, Bruce, I'm a member of your channel. I'd like to become a Discord follower, and then I'll send you to one of the folks who can help get you there. And away you go. That'll help you get you more information. Thanks again to all of those out there who are members of this channel. I really appreciate it when you join this channel as a member. It says a lot about the fact that you're getting value here. Also, those of you who have been upgrading your memberships to the Gold Bagel level, I appreciate that very much. We try to give you a little added value there with the daily trade alert and Wednesday night primetime live. We'll try to get one in again next Wednesday. Thank you, all of you, for following this channel now for over 2.5 years as members. That says a lot. It shows YouTube you guys are the real deal. You're not a fly-by-night viewer at all. You're a viewer that is getting value for your money, and I appreciate that, as does Jen, and YouTube is, they take note of that, no question about it. Thank you all. We are now 26 minutes away from opening our market here. See where this market wants to go. I see GameStop is up 18, Rocket Lab up 14 again, and now SoFi up a couple of pennies. Still behind yesterday's drop-offs, but I see Apple now up 81 and Goldman up a couple of bucks. I've got Microsoft up 87 now. Pfizer's gaining 9 cents. Amazon up 65. Nvidia is still down 175 at this moment. Adobe up 146. Netflix up 550. So we're going to have pretty well a positive start. The question is just how much momentum is going to be behind it, and that's what we want to hear. Also, though, Mr. Powell is going to speak from Jackson Hole, and that could well hold us up for quite a bit of an up move. We may find that we get a limited, restricted up move, and hopefully after speech is over, we get a real shot, because I think it's possible a lot of traders out there are going to say to themselves, this stock overreacted to the downside on Thursday, and I've got to be long over the weekend. I have to be in, because Monday morning we're going to start off with a bang. More and more analysts are going to come out with their opinion on NVIDIA and the AI stock group as a whole, and I want to be long. That could well be going on. Burrow King Sound is saying good morning, Uncle Bruce from New York City. Good morning. Number 71 thumbs ups. Hector, I'm 72. Matthew, good morning. I'm 78 thumbs up. Luca, 77. Ciao, Uncle Bruce. How was the flight? Oh, we were doing great. We flew to London on business class, Air Canada. We had a last minute upgrade that we qualified for, so we grabbed it, and it was a fantastic experience to be able to lie flat and get some shut eye on an airplane. I have never been able to sleep 2.5 hours on a plane before, because sitting in those economy seats with a 2-inch pullback, your head is just doing this, and I wake up with a sore, stressed neck. Terrible. Here it was fabulous. The feet were up and the back had a pillow behind me. Oh, it was just delightful. And the service, of course, is great. Really was nice. And to have real headphones on, that was a nice experience. Would like to do that again, but it's expensive. And so we've got to get you guys really, really rich and generous. That's what we got to do here. Sheepy, thanks, Uncle Bruce, for the advice. Charlie, Uncle Bruce, I'm sitting on some poor man covered calls on GMA. Would that be GME? I know your mantra is always to be writing, but should I write at this levels with Ernie right around the corner? Well, again, I have to say, you have to pick your spots, but on the one hand, but on the other hand, GameStop, $20 calls with a stock at 16.36. If you can pull off January calls and bring in some decent bucks, you may as well do it, because the stock's got to go to 20 before you're even at the money. And what's the worst case scenario you're going to run into with GameStop? Oh, it goes up. Oh, no, it went up, which means you have to do what? Oh, no, I have to roll. I have to buy back my Januaries and write March or April contracts. Gee whiz, I'm going to write 2250s and bring in extra money. Then you're going to do that. You're always writing, always managing your assets, bringing in cash. If you could bring in enough capital with a call campaign, writing calls here, you can buy more deep in the money calls at these levels now. And stock goes back to 2022. You're laughing on the value of your deep in the money calls. Keep that in mind. Luca, not too shabby. Oh yeah, flying business class is kind of okay. Yeah, I would say, generally speaking, it is kind of like really okay. And we did enjoy that very much. It was a first time for us, and for Jen, I was really keen to allow Jen to lie flat. And I tell you, she had her legs up the whole time, her feet up the whole time, and she was relaxed and enjoying it, and ate well, slept well. It was all good. It worked out nicely. Stephen Carney, good morning. I'm number 79. Thank you, Stephen, for this thumbs up move. Appreciate you for that. We have 83 now showing. Others are jumping in as well. Thank you guys for the thumbs ups as we come up to 21 minutes to go before we start the day for the trading day. 158 is the gain on the Dow now, and we've got a 17-point gain on the S&P and a 34-point gain on NASDAQ at the moment. Oil, $80.09. We're just sitting there, and that's all she wrote. What else is going on here? Trying to follow some of our other headlines out there. Looking at some of the other stories. There are some analysts calling for the Dow and then the S&P and NASDAQ to go much, much higher from here. Others are worried about it going lower. Welcome to the normal, typical world of the analysts. And the Gap, they announced mixed quarter results. What else is going on? Mr. Trump has a mugshot. There you go. That's news there. And we're just following the economy as a whole, see what's going on. Not a lot of actual breaking news happening at the moment. Nothing earth shattering. We're really watching Jackson Hole. It's all about Jackson Hole, and I can tell you, folks, it isn't about Jackson Hole. This is hyped up every month or every quarter or every year, and it almost always is a nothing burger. It's really I just don't get excited about it. These bond investors are so twitchy about every little thing, but we they can't help themselves, and so this whole thing gets blown out of proportion, unfortunately, and we have to wait it out and tolerate this nonsense. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, that's it. There's news coming out of this meeting of these leaders of the world: India, Brazil, Mexico, India. Great. Meet all you want, but you're not the G10. You're not the G20. They welcome Russia and China in there, and you actually believe a word these guys say. Good luck to you if you're part of that crowd. Unbelievable. I noticed that Turkey raised their interest rates from 20 to 25% yesterday to try to save their Turkish lira. It's in such trouble. Not good. Yeah, there isn't a lot really being talked about out there economically. It was all about Nvidia yesterday. It was all about Nvidia, and now it's all about Jackson Hole because there's nothing else to talk about, and that's the sad part about what's going on in the market at this point. We are going to wait and see what the interest rate call is going to be next month. Will they be higher or not? I was reading about the economic problems happening in Germany. There's issues in Germany going on. The inflation rate in Germany is at 6.3%, where in the U.S. it's around 4%, and Germany's inflation rate is going up. It's actually going higher, which is disturbing. It's the number one economy in Europe. They're suffering from a number of issues. Their corporate tax rates are higher compared to other countries, and so they're not attracting a lot of new business. Germany's export market to China is severely limited. China has virtually shut down importing anything. They're in such trouble right now, affecting exporters like Germany big time. There's a number of issues happening there. Now, Germany, thankfully and overall, it runs a surplus. They run a federal surplus, but not as good as it was, still a surplus. And the government is able to quickly work with business to overcome obstacles. One of the obstacles they had to overcome in the last year was imports of natural gas. Now that they weren't coming from Russia, they were importing liquid natural gas from other areas, and they needed to build a liquid natural gas terminal to import the gas in a liquid form and then distribute it in a gaseous form. They created a brand new offshore slash onshore receiving center for liquid natural gas in 11 months. These normally can take 5 years to get done. I can tell you in the U.S., it would take 5 years of regulations. In Canada, 1,000 years of endless regulations. Germany, they built it in 11 months. That shows how efficient they are to get stuff done. But economically, they're having issues. Good morning from Larry Titus, number 82. Thank you, sir. D.H. Ruda, I'm number 85. Thank you. Trucker Tech. I wrote an iron condor on SMH on Tuesday. I bought back yesterday. I took in $4,265, and I only had to adjust contracts once. Only expected 3,100 bought call, but brought in calls and puts for more premium. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. There you go. There is exactly what I'm talking about. What you can do with iron condors, depending on how many you write, you can make adjustments and increase your premiums as you get closer to expiry. I'm really happy to see that. Farmerless has become a YouTube member, Trucker Tech member for 17 months now. Chilling with Uncle Bruce member here. Gold Bagel member for Trucker Tech. Thank you. JR is here. Welcome, sir. Number 90. Good morning, everyone. I'm calling Rugman. Deep Value. I've been a member for 24 months on this channel. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, for all your deep value wisdom. Thank you, Gold Bagel member, along with Trucker Tech. Thank you guys for being ultimate members of this channel and letting the world know that you're part of this family. It is much, much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Look, these iron condors, money can be made here. It's a question of watching the spreads between puts and calls, how long you're exposed to, and be willing to do rollovers. Be willing to make adjustments to your accounts. You can build credit balances on these trades quite nicely and limit the risk on these trades very easily. And congratulations to those of you who have taken this on. Looking forward, by the way, to seeing you folks October 21 in person. If you can make it to our meet and greet in, it's going to be Secaucus, New Jersey at the Harmony Suites Hotel, formerly known as the Embassy Suites Hotel in New Jersey, near the Meadowlands. It's Secaucus, New Jersey. You can look it up easily. Look for Harmony Suites in Secaucus, New Jersey. October 21, that's a Saturday. And I've been asking those of you who are looking to come out for this, please send me a private email at my email address, which is right here, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Let me know that you're coming. Let me know who is coming. Is it yourself and another person, or are there three of you coming on your own? Because I need to be able to tell the hotel how many people I'm expecting so that I can then rent the proper size room for this event. They have rooms for 30 people, 50, 100, that kind of thing. And I need to arrange refreshments and snacks and all that once I know how many of you would like to join us. So if you can figure out if you're going to join us on October 21, Saturday, in Secaucus, New Jersey, would love to have you come by and see us. Jen and I will both be there. We're there for selfies and we'll compare notes, and we'll be able to meet each other. A lot of you will be able to meet each other as well, who you talk to here every day. Could be quite a great time. And so sooner you can let me know, the sooner I can tell the hotel. It looks like I've got this many coming. Then we'll have a room for the right size. All right. Thank you all very much. Thank you to Clay180. I've been a member for 11 months, Bruce, of your channel. This is a chillin' Uncle Bruce member. We love you all. I thought I was a member for longer, but I guess the amount of education for each show made it feel like a longer time. Thank you, Unky Bruce. Alberto, been a member for 29 months, and I know he's a Gold Bagel member. Boom, love you, Uncle Bruce, and this Bagel Familia. Thank you, my friend. As always, just so thrilled that you've done as well as you've done, and you're going to continue to just rake it in here. You know what you're doing now. You've got it. You figured it out, and you're running it, and I love it. It is really something to see how far so many of you have come in 2+ years from just understanding what an option is, just from that angle, and then the beginning of the writing campaign. Poor man covered call writing, cash secured puts, now iron condors, more and more interesting trades happening. And those of you out there are finding your niche as to just kind of what you like about the option side. And you are taking advantage of the trillions of dollars that are in this options market, without question, trillions. And it is growing every month. I keep reading articles on in the Wall Street Journal and elsewhere, talking about the increased number of people that are, and the increased number of contracts that are being traded in the options market. It is a phenomenal growth curve here. Beach Boy is, as mentioning too, member 29 months. Thank you for everything, old Bruce. Alberto, boom, right there. Both of them 29-monthers, approaching 2.5 years of membership at the Gold Bagel level now. Of course, thank you, all of you, so very much for your following of this old man YouTuber. You guys are incredible. You're the best. And YouTube, I think other channels would kill to have a Gold Bagel membership level like we have here. And it's because of you folks that are Gold Bagel level members that that I can stay on the air, because right now there's 166 people hanging out here, which is nice, but it isn't 1,600. It isn't 16,000. It's not 160,000. If there were 160,000 people here, I wouldn't need members. I would just make a fortune from ad revenue from YouTube. But with 159, 165, 200 people at a time, and typically maybe 1,000 during the day that come in and come out, I don't make any money on the advertising. It's $7, $8 a day. It's all YouTube pays us. That's not where the money comes from. We survive on memberships, class sales, and one-on-ones. And we think, and of course, donations. And thank you all for contributing to the channel. I'm glad the information is finding its way to you, that the advice that we're handing you is working for you. Keeping up the good work. I love it. Alberto's laughing out loud, loving this. Bagel Babe, the bagels here are pretty good, I must say. They sure are. The best batch of bagelers you can imagine. Thank you all for being part of this family. We are 9 minutes away from opening up trading for the day for Friday. We'll see what the first hour brings. We still have gains showing at this point on the Dow Jones. It looks like a 130-point gain. On S&P, it's about 14 and a quarter. On NASDAQ, it's 28. And the biggest winner at the moment is the Dow Jones at 0.39%, 0.32 or a third of a point for S&P, and 0.19 for NASDAQ. Oil is now under $80, $79.93 a barrel in Texas, up 88 on the day, but under $80 a barrel. Can't hold it, and that's the story on oil. The spiders seem to be ahead here by a tad. Let me take a look at the watch list and see what we have here. We have spiders holding a 131 gain. The triple Qs are up 51 cents. Netflix is up 448. Adobe up 137. AI is up 7. Unity up 4. NVIDIA is quickly coming to the break-even level. It was down $1.32, and now it's down about 50 cents. Amazon is up 56. Alphabet, that's Google, up 12. HPQ up 1. Pfizer up 4. Microsoft up $1.05. Arc Innovations up 3 cents. Tesla is up 33. We've got Cisco unchanged. Goldman up 156. Apple up 71 cents. Spire looks like it's ahead by about a penny now. 23andMe up to about 2 cents. Matterport up about 10. No, make that 1 for Matterport, pardon me. Looks like we have a 12-cent gain on GameStop. No change on SoFi, we're at 8.12. And Rocket Lab is up about 8 cents at the moment. As we're coming into the opening in 7 minutes and counting, ready to roll. Again, thank you, those of you who are reaching out to me, sending me these emails. I really appreciate it. It helps me to figure out the size of the room that I'm going to need for this get together. And thank you, all of you, for filling me in on whether you're coming or who's coming with you. That helps me a bunch. All right, thank you. We've got BW USAF member for 29 months. We're the best in town. Thanks for letting us into your trading dojo, Uncle B, giving us the skills we need to fight daily on Wall Street. Thanks to AJ and Antigen Jr. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that very much. Beach Boy, thank you, sir. 30 shekels donations. What donations are you talking about? There's no donations here. Badges? There's no stinking badges. We don't need no badges. Thank you all so much for your help and your generosity. We're in London, England, courtesy of the followers of this channel, and this channel predominantly. My other channel is so quiet these days. It's all Stock Markets with Bruce. And I say a special cheers to all of you around the world following this channel. It is absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Dude, you've got 100 thumbs ups going. Thank you, guys. They're coming in. We're 5 minutes from opening the market. 101 thumbs ups are now on the board. 102, they're coming through. Thank you, everybody. Every thumbs up helps, exposes the channel to more potential viewers, and it's kind of cool to see new names show up from time to time. where people mention to me, I just found you. I just heard about you from a friend of mine last week. I didn't know you existed. It's good stuff. Thank you all for joining in and following along with this gang of regulars, the best in YouTube as far as I'm concerned. All right, we're moving into member only commentary now as we get ready to open the market. Please become a member today if you're not a member already. You can join at the chillin' level or the gold bagel level, up to you. We'd love to have you become part of the gang here of regulars and join the regulars here and start making money in this market. Stop getting taken for a ride by these crazy swings in the market. Stop being hoodwinked with all kinds of hot stock tips that never work out. It just isn't worth your while. You are so much better off becoming an option writer. And I have 16 classes now on my website that are out there for you to grab. And you can start right here with stockmarketswithbruce.ca, which is Canada. That's where I'm from. There are 16 lessons waiting for you over there that you can grab to learn the options market. You can understand them. Here's lessons number 1 and 2, how to buy, call, and put stock options, how to write, call, and put stock options. Lesson number 2, right there. There's your first 2 lessons to give you a huge leg up on this market. 3 and 4 different strategies, 5 and 6 winning strategies, mistakes people make that you want to avoid. 7 and 8 earning incomes from writing put contracts, credit spreads. Here's number 9, trade, call, and put butterflies. How does Bruce pick stocks? Number 11, 12, poor man covered call writing strategies to quit your day job. Come on, man. You want to quit your day job? Here it is. Stock options, rollover strategies. Here we go. 13, 14, stink offers, stink bids, psychology of the markets. 14, how to maximize profits from writing stock options. Number 15, another big one, advanced poor man covered call strategies. And the one we just finished, how to use other people's money to profit in the options market. This is Iron Condors. We're talking Iron Condors here. And this channel has gone viral. It is being picked up by a bunch of viewers. It has got a real good hit going there. And I tell you right now, you want to know how Iron Condors work. If you've got $10,000 to $30,000 and you can't afford to get into Tesla contracts, you can't afford to do Apples, they're just too expensive, you can do Iron Condors on this stuff. You can do Iron Condors on indexes, conservative condor writing, and bringing in some dough here. Join the gang here who have started working the condors, and you're going to become like Beach Boy and Alberto in no time. You're going to join some of these folks in the kind of work they're doing, and you're going to be doing cash secured put writing. You're going to be doing poor man covered call writing. You're going to be doing regular call writing. You're going to be loving life. Because you're going to be able to say goodbye to your boss and goodbye to that cubicle or that office or that glass ceiling you've run into or that invisible force field that you just can't get past. You're going to get away from the politics of the office, the stress of the office, the broken promises that have been thrown at you all your career. Become your own person. Join the gang here and follow what these folks are doing right here every day and become your own self-employed asset manager of your funds, your 401k money, your IRA money. You can learn how to borrow money from your own 401k, use that capital to do Iron Condor trading, to do deepen the money call investing and writing on options. You can bring in income from your existing assets you're sitting on right now and make them perform for you, because so many of you here are sitting on assets that are doing nothing for you, absolutely nothing, and you are getting hosed. It's just not right. Coffee Kids Trading 104, DQ number 113. Alberto, facts. He has set so many of us up to better lives. He is right. Larry Titus, thank you, my friend. DQ, thank you, Larry Titus. Thank you, everybody. Alberto, thank you for backing me up on this. I really appreciate you for this. all of you guys, welcome to the party. It's great to have you here. I cannot thank you enough for being part of this channel, and I'm so excited for the kind of revenues that you guys can be pulling in for yourselves going forward. You're going to enhance your retirement dramatically. You're enhancing cash flow right now on top of your regular paycheck, and some of you have been able to walk away or planning to walk away from your garbage job that you've tolerated for so long. You're about to give it up and join the other side over here. I tell you, I am stoked for you. I'm excited. Alberto, thank you, my friend, for this donation. I appreciate that. Very kind of you, sir. You are always such a great supporter of this channel behind the scenes. I thank you. Larry, thank you for ringing those bells, buddy. JR, I think Rugman needs to make a workout video. Get our morning workout done while watching the market. Well, let's see how these markets want to start off. We'll give the market a little bit of time to sort of see what it wants to do with itself. We'll find out here and hopefully in the next few moments what's going on. It looks like the spiders are up a couple of points. Dow's, let's see what the Dow's doing. There we go. We're up 175 on the Dow right now, so we've got a nice little pop going here. We're up 18 on S&P, 61 on NASDAQ. It's doing what it looked like it was showing us 10, 20 minutes ago. The pre-market was positive, and that's what's happening. JR, the bells are being hit. We're here, and we're running up 185 on the Dow now, 18 points on S&P, 65 on NASDAQ. So we definitely have an uptick to start the session here. Over on Rocket Lab, we're ahead 13. SoFi up 20 cents to 832. We got GameStop up 30 to 1666. Matterport is up 3 cents, looks like. At 23andMe up a couple of pennies. We've got Apple now up $1.38. Goldman up 138. Cisco's up 36. Tesla's up 355. That was negative this morning. ARC Innovation's up 59 cents. Microsoft's gone green, up 227 here. Pfizer up 3, HPQ up 27. Google's still struggling with a 54-cent drop, but that's better than what it was showing earlier. Amazon up 117. Nvidia's up down 569 at the moment, 465.94. We'll see if this just is a sort of a first 5-minute point drop and then a recovery. Unity up 40, AI is up 20, Adobe up 484, Netflix up 739. The spiders, SPYs are up 244, and the triple Qs are up 152 at the moment. That's what I'm showing for the session so far. The Dow looks like it's now up 230 points, with S&P up 22 and NASDAQ up 76. That's what I think it looks like from here. And we're happy to have a little pop. We'll just see how much there is to it. How much. What kind of a pop are we really going to get here? How far does this market want to bounce before Mr. Powell speaks at Jackson Hole? I think that's what's going to limit this day for now. But, it was a nice start this morning on a bit of an oversold close last night. We'll see how much more there is to this. Okay, everybody, thank you all for being here. NVIDIA dropping, says DQ. Indeed it is. We're watching these stocks to see just what they're all about. Nvidia 465.78 down 586. The low was 463. We're at 465 now, so a little bounce off the low. The high 470 so far. And over on SoFi, we're holding a 17-cent gain to 829. High of the day 833 on SoFi. So far on our session. The Dow now is 225 to the green. That's 2/3 of a percentage point. S&P up 0.5%. That's up 22. NASDAQ up 0.57 of a percent. 76-point gain on NASDAQ. Oil right at $80. 80.11 a barrel on oil right now. There it is. That is the story. Let me take a look at the Dow here. Up about what did I say, 200 something points here. Let's see who's doing what over there. There we go. And we'll pop that up there. Just bear with me, folks. I'm just updating my big S iPad. There we go. 210 gain on the Dow. The winners, IBM up 1.17%, Caterpillar up 1.14%, McDonald's up 1.11%, Visa's up 1.08%, Disney's up 1.04%. That's been a while for a little recovery on Disney. Salesforce up 0.9%. Apple is ahead by 0.91%. American Express up 0.79%. Cisco 0.75, 3M up 0.74, so is Microsoft, Home Depot up 0.73, Procter & Gamble 0.71, along with the Dow and Nike. On the losing end, there's no losers. Merck is up 0.01, United Healthcare up 0.05, Verizon up 0.07, Walmart up 0.15, Amgen up 0.28. So even the losers are winners on the Dow 30. Every Dow stock is higher this morning from what we can make of it. So that's the story at the moment as to what's going on. Interesting stuff. SoFi at 8.29, holding a 17-cent gain right now to start the morning. And SoFi volume today is my machine is delayed getting me updates. I can't give you the quote right now. I'm looking at just under 1 million shares, but we're up 17 cents. So a good little snap rally, but we have to wait for the Jackson Hole speech. We got to get through that before we really figure out where we're at on the session. All right. Thank you all for being here this morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. We're trying to follow this market to see what it has in store for us. And we'll just kind of take it from there. Positive start to the day. Yes. Will it last? That's the question. How much will it maintain? What kind of momentum can it maintain here? I do not know. All right. Very good. Very good, everybody. All right. There we go. There we go. Thank you all for all your comments. All right. Let's see what we got going here. Watch list. There we go. Let's refresh that right there. Okay. Rocket Lab holding a dime gain. SoFi up 15. GameStop 16.73 up 37. Matterport up 3.5. 23andMe up 6 cents. Expire looks like a quarter of a penny. ATIP down maybe 29 cents if it's on. SmartRent down 4. Over on Apple, we're up 127. Goldman up 163. Cisco up 44. Tesla up 284 right now. Alberto, thank you again for another donation, my friend. That is awful kind of you, sir. Yeah. Nicely done, sir. Appreciate your donation today for sure, sir. That is awesome. And Beach Boy, of course, thank you for your donation today. We can stay in London. We can keep going. We can just another meal. We're alive. Nice going, everybody. Thank you. This is great. Absolutely great. Where was I? Here we go. Microsoft is up 171. Let's refresh again. 191 on Microsoft now. Pfizer up 8. HP up 22. Google down 77. About Amazon up 81. Nvidia's 467.17. It's down 446. And it is a little better than it was. Unity up 49. It looks like AI is up 48 cents to 29.31. A little improvement there as well. Adobe up 750 today. And then Netflix up 850 to 415. Spiders up 234 and Q's up 152. Certainly getting a positive move here. Positive move for sure. 12 cents on Rocket Lab, 11 on SoFi, 48 on GameStop. to the upside right now. That is the story, and I am sticking to it. The Dow seems to be up about 185 points. I can't get my phone to update this morning for whatever reason. It's in a time lock right now. It's just frozen, not showing me anything good at all. Doesn't want to play along. Okay, and let's go over there. There we have it on CNBC. The Dow up 165, S&P up 19.8, and Nasdaq up 68 points. So the Nasdaq's up 0.51, S&P up 0.45, and the Dow up 0.41. All three indexes almost identical in their gains. The VIX is lower by 0.49, so that's an improving sign for the Dow right now. Again, I think the stock was just oversold yesterday at this point. Alrighty, there it is. Interesting morning to start the day with here. Thank you all for your kind support. Thumbs ups, 121 now. Here they go. They're coming in. 121 thumbs ups. Thanks, guys. This is appreciated for sure. Where am I? Here I am over here. Option Nomads 118. Actually, I meant 178. Alberto Beach. I shorted the shorty on my first donation. Had to step up my game. Option Nomads number 118. Counting the hard way. Bobby, have you tried a what is that? You tried a Balti in England yet? The India dish created in England, so yummy. Have not. I've never been a fan of Indian food, to be honest. I've never really been into it. We went yesterday evening to the restaurant here at our hotel, and I had a ribeye, and I'll tell you that ribeye steak was damn fine. It wasn't all that thick of a steak. It was like a half incher, but it was medium rare in the middle all the way through. Really well done. I was very impressed. Jen had a pizza to die for. She was so happy. Oh, one of those. It's like an all cheese pizza with the white cheese from Italy in the middle there. Forget what they call that. I forget the name. It starts with an M. I can't pronounce it. I'm lost at the moment. I'm tongue tied. I don't know, but we've had really good food here. We had fish and chips the first night we were here. Of course, we had fish and chips. There was a pub across the street. We went over there, had a big chunk of fish and chip. Very good. And last night, a wonderful meal again. Very pleased. Tonight, we're going to head over to, I think we're going to head to Harrods tonight. We're going to go over to Harrods for the late afternoon maybe do a dinner in one of their restaurants, and just enjoy that place if we have enough energy, because we were on our feet this morning. We had breakfast nice and early here, went to the war rooms, the Churchill War Museum there, the war rooms underneath the Parliament buildings. Fantastic. And then we worked our way back here with Uber, and we're a little tired, and so we'll see how we recover later this afternoon and see if we can work our way over there for a Friday night. Tomorrow we're scheduled. I think we're doing a river cruise tour. We're going to be on the Thames River. We're going to go up and down and doing that. Going to work our way to Greenwich. And then Sunday, we're going to the National Portrait Museum. There's a Beatle portrait exhibit that Paul McCartney put together. I want to see that. So we've come all the way over to catch up that as well. Fool of a Took. Bruce, if you like Mexican, you should check out, what's that called? I don't even know. Right on the river, some of the best Mexican food I have ever had. I'm not into Mexican. Just not into it. Lorraine, did they serve to fish and chips on newspaper? No. This is no. It's not that traditional. No. And I'm thinking around here, there are very few left. Very, very few places left where you're going to get fish and chips in the newspaper. It's almost a dying art. But then, funny enough, you walk around here to the corner stores, and there are very few newspapers available anymore to look at. I mean, the newsstands are shrinking fast. Everyone's on their phones. It has really changed. And so getting kind of tough to put fish and chips in newspaper. That's the story. What can I say? What can I say? Shawarma places everywhere. Krispy Kreme donuts all over the place, along with Dunkin' Donuts. They've gone American too. Clay, getting Mexican food in London. That sounds like getting sushi in Prague. Yeah, I'm not a Mexican food guy. Jen loves Mexican food. I don't. I just couldn't care less. Yeah, if it's not a spicy dish, then that's not your thing with India food. There you go, dude. Mushy peas, eel pie, jellied, fill in the blank. Yeah, not my style either. Bangers and mash, maybe. Um, and beef and potatoes. I mean, that's that's my that's my thing. What can I say? Not into not into Indian food. Not into that. I like Chinese kind of food, but I'm picky on that too. I'm pretty plain. I'm a plain Jane guy. I tell you, I love a steak. I love a barbecued ribs. Like a good T-bone. A great fillet. Obviously, ribeye okay too. And beef brisket. Oh yeah. And short ribs, beef short ribs, like that. Nice tender beef. Love that. And then of course pastrami and corned beef anytime. You betcha. I'm into what I like to call good Jew food. I love that. Love deli big time. Love deli big time. Chicken too. Barbecued chicken and roasted chicken from Costco. Love that stuff. Oh yeah. What can I say? Now, here it is, margarita. That pizza's called margarita. Thank you, Luca. You saved me on this one because I could not. I could see the word. I couldn't pronounce it. I couldn't get it out of my brain to get it into my mouth. That's exactly what she had last night, and she loved it. It was fantastic. I remember as a child, we went to England and I ordered a hot hamburger at a pub. I was so upset when it came out covered in brown gravy, the bun and everything. Touch grass. We eat like Cracker Barrel used to cook. Luca, by the way, when you're in Liverpool, please go eat at San Carlo and enjoy the food there. There you go. There's some good advice for Liverpool. Absolutely. Yeah, we're not there very long, a couple of nights, and then we got to go. But yeah, we're not complaining so far. The breakfast here is fantastic. We have a buffet kind of breakfast here in the hotel, and a fantastic selection of fruits and cereals, breads, very good selection of breads, and the coffee machines. They have coffee machines with the ground coffee on the top. You hit the espresso button and you see the beans filter in. You can hear them being ground one cup at a time. Very good coffee here in the morning. Very nice. I'm quite happy with the facility there. Steamed milk when you have a latte. Primo, really nice. Really nice. Like Waverly, like Arnie, up down. There you go. Fool of a took. It's not quite. I don't think it's quite as strange as getting sushi in Prague, considering how far it is from the ocean. Anyone who likes Mexican, no matter how strange it sounds, it's totally worth it. Charlie, Uncle Bruce, GameStop, 20 calls are low premiums, 225 right now. Well, at the price of the stock, yeah, that's true. Three something out of the money, you're not going to get $5 premiums. No way, obviously. Right now, GameStop is at 1680, 320 out of the money. 20s are not going to pay more than 225. That's actually a good return for a $20 call. But if you do write a 20 and the stock goes to 20, you're offering your stock at 22.25. That's $6 higher almost than where we're at now. Not quite six, but close. So that's still a premium deal. Interesting. We're up 13 on Rocket Lab, 578. We're up 15 on SoFi, 47-cent gain on GameStop. Matterport up 2.5. The Apple holding is now up $1.09. It's improving, actually. Goldman is backing off, only up 59 cents. Cisco up 36. Tesla's up 518 again to 235, climbing. Arc Innovations up 42 cents. Microsoft holding a 268 gain right now. We got Amazon up 93. Nvidia is up now $1.73 to 473.36. We've moved up on Nvidia here. The shares were this morning as low as, let me double check here, 462 this morning. We're now 473 on Nvidia, and an $11 improvement happening on Nvidia now. So that's a good sign. We're getting through that a little bit more. Okay, thank you. Up 59 on Unity, up 69, 70 cents on AI, 29.50 now. We're improving there nicely. Adobe up 886, Netflix up 892, Spiders are up 199. In the triple Qs are up $2. That's what's going on over here, you guys. Not to complain. Definitely seeing some better markets. All right. Right on. Giddy up. By the way, Beach Boy says, I wrote AI 30s covered calls for 114 for 1 week. Go Jay Powell, drop the market so I can buy it back. There you go. Beach Boy is ready to strike at a moment's notice. Right on, Beach Boy. You're ready to pounce. We've got the Spiders are up 188 now. Interesting. And we're seeing SoFi sitting here at 828, up 15 cents. And Nvidia 473, up $1.43 now. And we were as low as 462. So we've had a definite turnaround on Nvidia, which is helping some of these other stocks at this point. Luca, and if you like seafood, there is the Randall and Aubin right in Soho. If you like seafood, there you go. Lots of suggestions, I'll tell you. Good stuff. Yeah, good food here in this town, no doubt about it. We've got the U.S. market right now up 115 for the Dow, 19.3 for S&P, NASDAQ up 90. That's what we have at the moment, with the oil at 79.94. There's where we're at right now. Welcome all to the show, the party, the hopes, the wishes, the dreams, and desires of greatness. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for joining us today from London in the UK. Cheers to all of you around the world. Mr. Powell is going to speak later today. We'll have to see how the markets react with that, and just see what's going on. Is this market going to react negatively or positively to what he says? How will the market do after he gets off the podium? Time will tell. We just have right now a third of a point gain on the Dow, 122 points, 0.46 on S&P, up 19.96 points, and the NASDAQ is up 0.7 of a point, 93.33. That's what we have right now. At the moment, we have thumbs ups now, 128. Thank you everybody for this. It is much appreciated. We love the support. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. All right. What will the Dow do between now and the day's end with the volatility of the options market thrown in for good measure? I wish I could tell you. The Fed funds futures traders now see almost a 22% chance of a quarter point rate Fed hike in September, which is up from 11% a week ago, ahead of Powell's chat coming up. Well, we'll see how this plays out. The market has definitely backed off, though, from its highs. We were up over 200 points on the Dow. We're now up 109 as we're giving up some ground over there. Okay, everybody? And this is not surprising. I was expecting exactly this kind of reaction to the market today. It really was. All right. Folks, I've got to pack it in. The time change is still hitting me hard. It's it's coming along. Probably by Monday, I will be my usual self, and I'll be able to last my full 2 hours. But I'm going to pack this show in and get a little shut eye and rest up a little bit. Thank you all for your support for Jen and I from London, England. We love you. We're going to do some sightseeing this weekend, and we'll fill you in on Monday how it went. Make a bunch of money today. Get richer, please. We love it when you guys get richer. The Big E is here with a bunch of knee emojis as well as Richard. John Anderson, thanks everybody. Have a great weekend. And we're now up $2 on your NVIDIA, so there's improvement happening over here on some of your stocks. It's great to see 12-cent gain on Rocket Lab. SoFi's up 13. GameStop up 35. So hopefully that'll just keep right on working for you. Thanks again for all of your thumbs ups today and the donations you're making, and those of you who have become members of this channel and how long you've been members of this channel. This is just a wonderful thing to let everyone know. 130 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you, rerunners, for helping out as well. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend this weekend. We'll be back. Thank you, dude. We'll be back on Monday for another session. And let's see what's going on. Don't go, Alberto. Don't go. Larry, thank you, my friend. Neat. Enjoy your weekend. Dude, thank you, buddy. Have a good one, everybody. Get really rich, okay? Jeff Dinan, member of 29 months. Good day from balcony on Queen Elizabeth in Cabo San Lucas. Way to go, pal. You're on a cruise. That is beautiful. That's a great ship you're on there. Fantastic. Dude, thank you, my friend. Neat to you, too. All of you out there, knee emojis. Make it work for you, and thank you all so much for your support today. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back Monday, hopefully right through the jet lag as we continue forward, and we'll keep you posted on how things are going from this end. All right, everybody. Beach Boy Alberto, don't don't become attached to a stock or Uncle B's. Thank you, homeless tourist Uncle B. Thank you. Thank you, Beach Boy. You enjoy your weekend as well. Same for you, Alberto. Everyone else has been here. Thank you, guys. All the best wishes to all of you from around the world. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.